there's light, there's always hope. And where there's darkness, there's always hope, no matter how hard it is to feel like it. I'm really, really glad for people who kind of really need this light out of the darkness, to have this roadmap out of lockdown, because what a challenging, traumatic year of changes for many, many people, and many issues. But I also think it's worth touching on when you don't always fit the norm, and I don't even consume the news other than first thing on the morning I ask a device for the news at 6 a.m. and that is it. And this is from someone who went into journalism and trained, well, first worked in journalism because I was just passionate about it, to report from the community outwards, and then to be able to actually give a light on the real stories that were happening. But I now realise that with my mental health and my mental health problems, that I wouldn't be able to work in a newsroom anymore, and that's why I turned to vlogging in some of my darkest days, because there is no roadmap sometimes out of mental illness. Like, there's great care plans and great interdisciplinary approaches, and there's great things now and great strategies, but we do tend to, well, certain humans love a strategy, and they thrive off a strategy and a roadmap, and I totally get that, and I totally get people are excited about the hope but also fearful, I understand. But I know for myself and for a lot of people with social anxiety, or you're a natural introvert even, just on a basic level, it's even more daunting leaving the house. People wouldn't always know this about me, and I use so much energy, so much more energy talking on a phone to a human being face to face than I do talking to you on a vlog, or even in an exercise workout, or even in a high intense or weightlifting session. I can put all the energy into dancing, creating, and it sounds like really selfish because I love humans, but that's the thing, I'm like built to love and be gentle and feel people's feelings and energies and stuff. So I really struggle being around people, and even the ones that I love like the most sometimes, there's just like a small pocket that you can allow in, and there's been many parts of kind of bubble and people like showing their love, but everyone, I guess, it's really hard. It's like we've all got his love languages, don't we? And we share his love and our care in different ways. I'm a gift giver. I like to give gifts and feed people. But then people don't get it, like, because I don't always actually like to talk. I just like to be busy. I talk, I have my outlets, my vlog, my writing, my dancing, and then that is it. It's like the only way I cope. And so I think coming out of any situation, positive, negative, whatever people feel about it, there's so many mixed emotions. And I guess this time for me has been a time of self-reflection, self-pain, loving the best and worst of myself, and then really realising that there are still many flaws and many fragments of me, and it is quite scary having to then put on this face again into the real world, because I don't really always belong in the real world. I mean, well, even my newspaper column's called Sophie's World, and honestly I feel like I'm in Sophie's world. I'm in this sparkly beautiful bubble and not always meant to be on this universe, I don't think, because I just kind of bumble around, and then when I'm well I bumble and I'm even more active, and when I'm poorly I'm probably even more active, and then I still bumble. And it's trying to navigate yourself back into your own world, and how to say no to people is something I know that I've always been bad with, because people don't get me. They see just one side of me, because I have this like God-given or genetic given energy, and it is genuinely positive. I have a natural smile, that's just how I was born. I could be going through the most agonising pain, and my face smiles through the tears, and I can have a laugh, do you know, just because I have my disabilities, I still have a sense of humour. But what I realise is that I don't think I can go back to normal life. I can't always be depleting my energy, but then you have to put on a show sometimes in this world. So I think it's just about being kind and careful with everyone. This is something that I've said with this whole pandemic. I've been lucky in the sense that whilst I've been through some awful traumas in it, I've previously had even more to deal with. So there's been many times where I've just been grateful because I've got some of the basic things again. I've got a home, and I see my daughter sometimes, and I've now got a partner, so I guess I gained so much. It's just sometimes your silly head doesn't have a roadmap out of things, and I think that's what's sometimes hard when it comes to mental health. We can manage and thrive and survive, and like the best people that I really admire often have a mental health problem or disability, or it's some kind of superpower, but then when it comes to navigating his way out, that's where it's hard, and you just get so used to putting on this face. There's been a nice thing that I've not had to, I guess, I've learned a bit more about my boundaries, but then because it's been a time of building yourself in some ways, having this time away, you know, writing, reflecting. People might have been home renovating. Unfortunately, mine's only just standing. And there's been amazing moments, and there's so many more kind people in this world and good hearts than there are bad. It's also brought out some of the really ugly parts of people's issues, and I think it's about accepting that there'll be never this new normal, because we have to learn lessons from everything in life. and sometimes I don't know what world I belong in. As my sayings there, I always use my quotes to keep me going. I use my writing too. This is my latest one on Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle and me, although she don't know me. I'm a lot less powerful, but I've had many words used about me, as she has too. But this quote resonates to me at the moment. Keep your eyes on the light, spilling out onto the entryways, seeping into corners, hovering over the floorboards, piercing through the window panes, all the ways it runs wild under the shrinking roof, as a reminder that even here, light is your guide. And then the next one, one of my church friends sent me this as a beautiful gesture after getting hate mail in the first lockdown, which scared me a lot and really threw me because I'd got a lot of stuff. And then they started sending me like messages of love. Remember this place in the years to come. Remember the street light flickering and dim, and that silvery car parked awaiting the traffic light, reflecting back the red hues so typical of that season of life. It will pass on. In time it passes on. And they residents, or are they merely passing through all these seemingly insignificant moments of light? I am still grateful for you. And I will always be grateful for so many neighbours and community and friendships and love that love me even when I'm far from blooming. Anyway, I'm just wanting to send everyone so much peace and so much love and so many shimmies. I'm going to put on my worship music now and dance and clean before I get back to writing more columns and trying to get myself to go outside.